My name is Dr. Diallo. I'm an academic coach at a local elementary school here in Florida. As a testing expert from Study.com, I am here to help you prepare for your FTCE Preschool Education Birth-Age 4 exam with testing code 007. This test covers the subtopic of knowledge of children with varying exceptionalities and special considerations and the impact on families. I will walk you through a few sample test questions as well as how to work out those problems. Let's go ahead and take a look now at problem number 1. An educational team designs an individualized education plan, IEP, for Susan. Susan scores low on cognitive abilities. The goal of the IEP is to put Susan in which of the following? A, maximum benefit environment, B, best fit environment, C, adequate assistance environment, or D, the least restrictive environment. We must first remind ourselves that we're looking for someone with low on the cognitive ability scale, and we're thinking about an IEP specifically. So with that in mind, let's again look at the choices. So A, B, and C contain terms maximum benefit, best fit, and adequate assistance when it's referring to environments. Well, an individualized education plan requires that children with disabilities be placed in the least restrictive environment. This is the specific term used in the IDEA, which is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. This means that children with disabilities should be placed in classrooms with their peers as much as possible. If a student is placed in the least restrictive environment, they will receive the maximum assistance necessary. Therefore, a combination of all the above answers relates to the least restrictive environment. However, the term least restrictive environment, which is listed in answer D, is going to be the answer choice for this question. Problem 2 says, Gina often gets in trouble with her peers because she is unable to read their body language. For instance, Gina approaches a boy who continues to back up, and she gets closer because she struggles with the concept of personal space. She also does not understand that when one of her peers is upset, they might want to be left alone. She also struggles with coordination. Which of the following disorders best describes Gina's behaviors? So let's take a look at some of the key words within this question that will help us get clues to solve this problem. For one, we notice that she is unable to read body language. She also is unable to recognize the concept of personal space. She has issues with coordination, and she struggles to tell when a student wants to be left alone. So these are all key things to think about and consider when we're looking at the answer choices. Now let's look at each answer choice. A communication disorder, B, dyslexia, C, nonverbal learning disability, or D, visual processing disorder. Well, the communication disorder for answer A basically is a problem that doesn't state that she has complications with communicating with others, although at times it may seem that way because of a failure to understand body language. So this would not be the best answer choice. B, dyslexia. Well, this is a disability when a child has difficulty reading, writing, and spelling, and nowhere in the question does it mention issues, so this probably isn't correct either. For C, nonverbal learning disability. A nonverbal learning disability usually involves a child who is unable to interpret the body language of others. In addition, the child might struggle with coordination and motor skills, so this may be the very best answer, but let's also look at choice D first. D, visual processing disorder. This concerns a disability with processing visual letters, numbers, and things of that nature, and how to distinguish between the two, which is not the case in this scenario. Therefore, C is the correct answer, nonverbal learning disability. Jimmy struggles with maintaining focus in his preschool class. While the other children recite the alphabet, Jimmy refuses to participate and easily becomes distracted by the movements of his classmates. When the children go around the room and count in order, Jimmy often calls out the number before the other child gets a chance. The preschool teacher speaks with Jimmy's parents and suggests assessing him for which of the following. So as we can see, Jimmy has quite a difficult time with lots of things. Let's specifically look at the question for those details to help narrow down our answer choices. We notice that Jimmy struggles with maintaining focus in class. He also refuses to participate sometimes, and he's easily distracted by the movements of his classmates. He also has an issue with calling out. So these are all things to think about as we select an answer. For answer choice A, the autism spectrum disorder, well, this is a very broad term, and it's used to describe a variety of issues related to the brain, communication, and reactions. Let's look at B, the nonverbal learning disability. Well, a nonverbal learning disability usually involves a child who is unable to interpret the body language of others. This question doesn't focus on the interpretation of body language, so this isn't the correct answer either. C, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. While attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is usually characterized by inattention, hyperactivity, impulsivity, the hyperactive aspect of the disorder usually manifests itself in middle school. Jimmy displays these signs, though, of inattention, so he's easily distracted, and impulsivity by blurting answers out. This could very well be the best choice, but let's look at D as well. Dyslexia. This refers to a disability basically that regards learning to read, specifically the relationships between letters and sounds. So this isn't the focus of this question. Therefore, C, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is probably going to be the best choice for this question. Under what category that warrants qualification for special education services does ADHD belong? A, emotional disturbance, B, specific learning disability, C, other health impairment, or D, intellectual disabilities. Choice A, emotional disturbance. ADHD is not known as just an emotional disturbance, so this probably would not be the best answer. B, specific learning disability. Well, this will qualify a student, but it deals with reading or math specifically, so this also would not be the best choice. For C, other health impairment, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, belongs to the other health impairments. People with ADHD often have a hard time focusing, and they usually cannot keep still and act impulsively. So this is probably the best answer, but let's look at D as well. Intellectual disabilities. Well, ADHD has nothing to do with just intellectual disabilities or the ability of a person to learn. So this would not be the best answer. Therefore, C, other health impairment, is the best answer. I hope that this video was helpful. Be sure to check out more videos on this channel. Please remember to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any more of our awesome videos on this website here at study.com. As a member, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice problems. We'd love to hear your feedback. Wishing you all the very best on your test. Good luck.